Today we're going to be showing you something a bit different. Now, as you can see on the screen, there's a Chironomid midge. This is a nice bright red clarety buzzer, and he's currently making his way to the surface, which he's just reached. Now, what he'll do is he'll sit there, and this particular one sat there for about 8 or 9 minutes, just kicking away and trying to break through the surface film. Now, once they break through the surface film, you'll see later on in the video, you'll see the events just prior to that, just prior to them emerging, and it shows you just how they act before and after they emerge. Now, I'll cut this video short, because it does, as I said, sit there for 7, 8, 9 minutes. Now, at this point I'd just like to apologise for the shaky footage. It was early hours of this morning that I got this. They tend to hatch when it's dark or at night, and this isn't a tank that I have set up, and basically you can set this up yourself. If you've got a fishing tank there, just go down to your local river and get some of the gravel or the bed, the sandy bed. You don't want any of the rocks unless you want, you know, your large dark olive nymphs or anything like that. But all you do is just get a tub and just scrape it along the bottom, collecting lots of sand. And I've got a fish tank. It's about 1.5 feet high, 2 feet, and it's filled with a third of water, and then just water obviously from the river. Don't use tap water, use specific water from the river, and then just pour your sand in and leave it, and within days you'll see tiny bloodworms of about 2mm or so coming out, and they're very, very thin, and they just kick about, and then obviously the thorax starts to bulk up, starts to fill up with gas. The wing buds, as they get more mature, start to form, and eventually the gas gets too much and they'll find themselves anchored to the bottom. Now, these will sit vertical, much like he's doing just now, but he'll sit obviously attached to the bottom, and he'll kick a lot more violently than he's doing just now, and that's him trying to release himself from the bottom. He just gets caught up sometimes in some of the weeds and all the other debris that's lying down there, and they'll kick. Now, once they get out of that, they'll start to float up or swim up to the surface, helped obviously by the gas that's built up to aid the travel up, or the distance upwards. Now, you'll see here he's broken through quite a bit. He's now nearly all the way, just have a wee bit more to go, and you'll see that coming up in the second clip. Now we're in the second clip, and you can see the nymph is now quite a bit out of the water, or broke through the surface film quite a bit. Now, the thing hanging down sort of to the left and to the bottom of the Chironomid is just a bit of debris that he was attached to when he came up from the bottom, when he was kicking around. That's nothing to do with the actual Chironomid itself. Now, you'll see he has changed angles quite a bit, and prior to emerging, which you'll see in just a minute, is they straighten herself out, almost parallel to the water. And you can see this one, he's just slightly straightening himself out. Got a really good view of the wing buds there. And as I mentioned this earlier on as well, you can see this one's a really deep clarity red, so obviously that's something to think of when you're creating an artificial fly. Now, there he goes, he's straightened himself out, and he's popped out. He gets onto the surface and they skim away. And you'll see him, he just kind of hops about, and that's him just trying to dry off his wings. His wings aren't dry that he can take off properly yet, so they just jump about, and that is one of the times where they're most vulnerable, other than obviously being stuck to the surface film while they're swimming about or while they're trying to break through. So I hope you enjoyed that. Filmed that last night. And with one scoop of gravel out of the riverbed, you could get dozens, because in 1 square metre there is millions of bloodworm, millions of Chironomid, and it's really fascinating to watch, because you see the wee bloodworm kicking about, and they generally stay within the same area, within a sort of 10cm radius, so you can pinpoint exact ones, and if you want you can name them. I've not done that. But you can really see them progress from being tiny bloodworms and growing, and this happens within 24 hours to 48 hours, and then they'll be ready to hatch. So once again, I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll hopefully try to get some more footage of them coming up.